All right, so in my effort to come up with a dust boot design that works with the um, Rapid Change ATC, I got to work in CAD last night. I found a model on printables from a creator that created one for an 80 millimeter spindle on a stronghold rat rig CNC. So I definitely used a lot of that design for inspiration and kind of design cues for my version. So this is for a 65 millimeter spindle, obviously on an Ultimate B. Should in theory work on other machines with a 65 millimeter spindle as well. I've got a bit of clearance here. You can see just the vacuum tube comes up over top of the mounting bracket for the spindle. And then there is a part that's held in with magnets. So this would have the bristles and just attaches via magnets to there. Um, and then you've got the docking station. The docking station just gets set up on your spoil board somewhere. In theory, in relation to your tool changer, but I'll have to uh, play with that a little bit once I get a little further. So what I did this morning was use sorry, that will be a little bit crappy. Um, but this is on the web services page for the Rapid Change ATC. So basically, what they have is they have a option to set up hooks for before and after tool change. I currently have it disabled. I'm just doing some testing. But basically, by creating these and enabling them, it will call these macros before a tool change and after. So essentially, what you can do is go in here and use their drag and drop editor, which is pretty cool. I'm not doing anything too fancy. I certainly could have written this out in G code, um, but definitely having it just as blocks is pretty nice. So yeah, you can execute different G codes. You can move it machine speed. You can move it selected feed rates. You can put up messages and hold. So this is all inside of the Rapid Change ATC interface, which is pretty cool. You submit the change, and then essentially it creates you a macro file that can be loaded on the SD card. For me, what I've done right now is just open that in a text file. So this is the P202. This is the after macro, and the P201, which is the before macro. And I just went into gsender and created macros in gsender based on that. So obviously I'll load them to the SD card and put it as part of my bit change process with the rapid change. But for now, this allows me to test without having to do a bit change. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to home the machine. And now I'm going to dock the dust boot. So essentially what should happen is it'll move over to the dock. It will slide into the rails and then lift up to remove the bottom part of the dust shoe. I've only tested this a couple times, so we'll see. Nice. Okay, so then from there, it would proceed to doing a bit change. And then after the bit change, so let's say, we move the machine forward a bunch. So it's finished its bit change up here. I won't move the machine all the way. I'm now going to run the attach dust boot macro. Clears the dock and moves it up. Okay, and then we're back at back to work, back on the material. So yeah, that is my current design. Yeah, I got a couple little things to play with. You can see when it docks, there's some little tabs in here. that fit up inside the dust boot on this end, and I didn't leave quite enough tolerance there, so it it fits okay, but it needs more of a push um, to secure it. So I'll probably have to do that. I also made the tube here a little bit big, a little bit chunky. I can clean that up a little bit without sacrificing airflow. But otherwise, I think pretty good. I do have a piece I'm printing right now that will hold my dust tube. Right now, it's a little bit wouldn't really work in production, but essentially the idea would be dust tube goes on here, and then there'll be a just a piece to hold the dust tube um, parallel with the Z axis, so that it stays in place. So that's just on the printer now. But I kind of wanted to get the parts printed and just see if everything worked the way I wanted it to. And so far, so good. The other option for the design, I think I will make a second dock, is I do have this rib line going all the way around. So I could do a rear version of the boot. So you could back up into the dock, lift up, go over and do your tool change if you had your rapid change ATC at the back of the machine. So I think there's a few options there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I will print that support and hopefully can do a test job. Obviously, I've just got this dock sitting here with some double-sided tape, so I would need to affix that slightly better. But I haven't totally decided how this will integrate with where I have my rapid change ATC. Again, I was toying with the idea of moving the ATC over to this side of the machine anyways, just because I have found a couple issues with having it way out front like this. So not totally sure, but the dock is quite movable, so I'll keep playing with it. But yeah, right now the dust boot seems to do what it's supposed to. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with a new iteration, I'm sure.